The Fellrunner wakes up in the morning, looks at the skyline, clouds are forming, the wind is rising, the rain starts falling. She puts her shoes on. The hills are calling. The hills are calling. The Fellrunner climbs to every summit, throws herself down every death-defying plummet. Any obstacle she meets, she'll overcome it. The land is calling, calling her to run it.
And she runs.
She runs for pleasure and she runs through the pain.
And she runs
to clear the cobwebs from her brain.
And she runs
for peace and solitude. And she runs with a pack of awesome running dudes.
And she runs
up hills that she wants to explore.
And she
runs back up hills that she's run before.
And she
runs to win some beer or a bottle of wine. Runs to knock 23 seconds off last year's time.
The hills are calling.
The Fellrunner is every man and woman who's plodded on even though they're done in, who's picked themselves up every time they've fallen. They've heard the calling. They keep on running.
The hills are calling.
And the Fellrunner is other folk as well, who keep things running on and off the fells. They've heard the calling just like me and you, so let's give a little kudos where it's due. To the rescue teams who stop us hypotherming, the photographers who pap us when we're gurning, the sweeper who's bringing up the rear, every marshal and every volunteer. They do it so we can keep returning, week after week, year after year. So we can run for the pleasure and run through the pain.
We can
run to clear the cobwebs from our brains.
We can
run for peace and solitude, or run with a pack of awesome running dudes.
We can
run up hills that we want to explore.
We can
run back up hills that we've run before.
We can
run to win some beer or a bottle of wine.
We can
run to knock a minute off last year's time. Run for pleasure and run through the pain.
We can
run to clear the cobwebs from our brains.
We can
run for peace and solitude, or run for the chance to eat a ton of food.
We can
run up hills that we want to explore.
We can
run back up hills that we've run before.
We can
run to win some beer or a bottle of wine. Run to knock 38 seconds off last year's time.
The hills are calling.